Okay, let's dive into something truly extraordinary today. Imagine a place where the majestic Himalayas stand guard over lush valleys and subtropical plains. A landscape of just breathtaking natural beauty that has, for centuries, been this vibrant crossroads of ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
It's a region where diverse traditions have blended and coexisted, and it's currently undergoing a profound transformation, both economically and culturally. That's exactly where we're heading, a deep dive into the heart of the Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how J&K's unique character is shaped by both its strategic geography and its incredibly rich historical layers. We're talking about the northernmost part of India, a Union territory since August 5, 2019, following the abrogation of Article 370.
Right, that date is key.
Absolutely. That recent change is undoubtedly a pivotal moment in its modern narrative, but its roots stretch back through millennia, making it a truly captivating subject to explore.
And for you, our curious listener, you've shared some incredible sources with us, and our mission today is crystal clear. We're here to distill the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from that material, giving you a comprehensive shortcut to being truly well-informed about this fascinating region.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to explore how its economic life, vibrant cultural traditions, and even its recent shifts are not just coexisting, but are deeply, intricately intertwined, each shaping and influencing the other in, well, in profound ways. So as we embark on this journey, what immediately stands out when we delve into J&K's foundational elements is its sheer scale and diverse landscape. Post-bifurcation from Ladakh, the region spans a significant 42,241 square kilometers.
Huh.
That's roughly the size of Switzerland, just to give you a sense of scale.
Right, that puts it in perspective.
And it's also home to a dynamic population, estimated at around 13.5 million people by 2024, showing steady growth since the 2011 census.
Yeah, quite a population there.
Geographically, J&K is really a study in contrasts. You have the famed, fertile, and temperate Kashmir Valley, often called Paradise on Earth, known for its pristine beauty, serene lakes, and a climate perfect for horticulture.
Mm-hmm. The classic image.
Then, distinctly different are the subtropical plains of Jammu, which extend into the foothills and exhibit warmer weather and different agricultural patterns. And, of course, shaping much of its rugged interior is the formidable Pir Panjal Range, an integral part of the Lesser Himalayas.
Such dramatic geography.
This geographical diversity isn't just picturesque, it directly influences everything from its microclimates to its unique agricultural practices and the very way of life across its different zones.
Absolutely. And that geographical setting brings us to a wider point. J&K's strategic geopolitical importance. It shares borders with Pakistan and China to the north, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab to the south, and the newly formed Union Territory of Ladakh to the east.
It's a real crossroads.
Exactly. This position has, for centuries, made it a true crossroads of civilizations, drawing profound and layered influences from Hindu, Buddhist, Islamic, and Sikh traditions. But the tapestry is even richer. You also find significant imprints from Persian and Central Asian cultures, especially noticeable in its arts, language, and Sufi traditions.
Fascinating layers.
Its history is a long and complex narrative, spanning from the ancient Vedic period through various powerful empires to centuries of diverse rulers, including the Dogra rule that ended with India's independence in 1947, leading to J&K's accession to India. This layered history has created a vibrant tapestry of cultural synthesis, but also, as we know, periods of political complexity.
Right.
What's particularly compelling is the unique concept of Kashmiriyat, a syncretic ethos of religious and cultural harmony. Despite the modern challenges and political turbulence we've witnessed, this idea of shared cultural identity and interfaith respect has, for centuries, been a defining characteristic of its societal fabric.
That concept of Kashmiriyat is so important to grasp, isn't it?
It truly is. It speaks volumes about the historical tolerance and synthesis.
So when we consider this incredible historical and geographical backdrop, what does all of this mean for J&K's identity and its development trajectory today?
Well, that's the core question, isn't it?
We're going to explore how its economy, which has traditionally been predominantly agrarian with a heavy reliance on high-value horticulture, tourism, and handicrafts, is now undergoing a significant transformation. This is especially true with the post-2019 reforms, which have opened up new avenues for investment and growth.
Mm-hmm. A definite shift.
And culturally, as we'll delve into, it's a breathtaking mosaic of languages, religions, and traditions, where ancient practices and philosophies continue to thrive and adapt amidst a rapidly changing world. #tag2. The economic pulse of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, let's shift our focus and zero in on the economic lifeblood of J&K. This isn't just about beautiful landscapes, it's about a dynamic economy, and the numbers tell powerful story.
Let's hear them.
The gross state domestic product, or GSDP, for J&K was estimated at 2.30 trillion, that's roughly US $27.70 billion in 2023-24.
Okay, a substantial figure.
And what's truly compelling is that it's been growing at a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR of 7.53% since 2018-19. That's a significant leap, especially considering the historical volatility of the region.
Yeah, that's a healthy growth rate, especially post-2019.
Looking ahead, the projected GSDP for 2024-25 is an even higher euro 2.65 trillion, signaling robust nominal growth and a real growth rate of 7.06%. This isn't just about statistics. It signifies a powerful narrative of economic stability and recovery that, well, few might have expected a few years ago.
That's a really important point. Putting this into context, J&K's economy is primarily services-based, contributing a substantial 56% to its GSDP.
56%, wow.
Yeah, this sector encompasses everything from public administration, which is a significant employer, as you can imagine, to trade, hospitality, and financial services. Industry follows at 24%, while agriculture and allied sectors contribute 20%.
Okay, so services dominate the output.
Right. But interestingly, despite services being the largest contributor to the overall economic output, approximately 65–70% of the population still depends directly on agriculture and horticulture for their livelihoods.
That's a crucial disconnect, or rather a crucial dynamic to understand. Services drive the GSDP, but farming supports the majority of people.
Exactly. It highlights where the jobs are concentrated versus where the value is measured in GSDP terms. And tourism and handicrafts, as we'll explore, are also vital not just for generating employment, but for attracting crucial foreign exchange, making them critical for the region's overall economic health and global footprint.
So let's unpack the core sectors that form the pillars of J&K's economy, starting with what quite literally feeds the region: agriculture and horticulture.
The foundation.
This truly is the backbone of J&K's economy, as you just mentioned, sustaining that huge percentage, 65–70% of the population. It also contributed around 15% to the GSDP back in 2018-19, underscoring its foundational importance.
And what's particularly striking here is the sheer diversity enabled by J&K's distinct agroclimatic zones, which allows for an incredibly wide range of crop cultivation. You have the subtropical Jammu region, ideal for cultivating rice, maize, certain vegetables, with its warmer climate.
Right.
Then there's the temperate Kashmir Valley, perfect for paddy, saffron, and those high-value fruits. And historically, the arid regions that were part of Ladakh had their own unique agricultural profiles, often relying on hardy crops adapted to high altitudes.
So different zones, different crops. Makes sense.
Precisely. Rice, for instance, is the undisputed staple crop across the plains and valleys, with an impressive annual production of about 1.2 million tons.
Wow, that's a lot of rice.
It is. Beyond rice, other significant crops include maize, wheat, barley, pulses, and oilseeds like mustard and rapeseed. The farming calendar is well defined. The Kharif season, May to September, focuses on rice, maize, millets, while the Rabi season, October to March, emphasizes wheat, barley, and oilseeds.
But the real star, the undisputed jewel here, and a massive economic driver for J&K is horticulture.
Absolutely. A game changer.
It's an incredibly vibrant sector, contributing a substantial 6–7% to J&K's GSDP, and directly or indirectly engaging around 3.5 million people throughout the entire value chain: cultivation, processing, sales, everything.
Huge employment generator.
In 2023-24, the total fruit production alone hit an impressive 2.64 million metric tons, with vegetable production close behind at almost 2 million metric tons. And when we talk about horticulture, we simply must talk about apples.
Of course, the Kashmiri apple.
J&K is truly a powerhouse in apple production, contributing a dominant 80% of India's total.
80%.
Reaching roughly 2 million tons annually. Districts like Shopian, Baramulla, and Anantnag are major hubs for this, with the landscape just dotted with orchards stretching as far as the eye can see.
It's quite a sight, I imagine.
And the adoption of high-density orchards, where farmers plant, 1,500 trees per hectare instead of the traditional 200, has been a game changer, significantly boosting yields by 20–30%.
That innovation is crucial for farmer incomes.
Exactly, and for overall productivity.
And that's not the only prized produce. Saffron, often referred to as red gold for its value, is another major highlight.
Saffron, pimple horror.
Exactly. Grown in specific, unique microclimates like Pampur in the Kashmir Valley and Kishwar in the Jammu region, J&K produces a precious 3 to 5 tons annually. Its unparalleled quality and aroma have earned it a geographical indication, or GI, tag, a powerful intellectual property right.
Like champagne or Darjeeling tea, right?
Precisely. It protects its origin and quality. This premium saffron is a significant export, reaching markets in the UAE, Europe, Southeast Asia, generating substantial revenue, and really enhancing J&K's global agricultural reputation.
So it's not just apples.
Not at all. Beyond apples and saffron, the Kashmir Valley also produces other temperate fruits, like walnuts. J&K is India's largest producer and a major exporter there, along with high-quality almonds, cherries, peaches, and pears.
A real fruit basket.
It is. And there's also an exciting trend of diversifying into emerging crops, like kiwis, olives, and a push for organic vegetables, all actively supported by government schemes, such as the Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture, or MIDH, that provides financial help for cultivation, infrastructure, market linkages.
Support is key there. It's also worth noting the significant, yet often overlooked, contribution of sericulture, silk cultivation, particularly in the Jammu region. It produces around 813 metric tons of cocoons annually, providing crucial rural livelihoods, especially for women.
Right, sericulture is important. And cold water fisheries tapping into J&K's pristine rivers and lakes are also growing, with focus on trout farming.
Trout. Interesting.
And let's not forget floriculture, which is absolutely thriving, famously showcased by Asia's largest tulip garden in Srinagar. That garden, with its millions of vibrant tulips, is a massive tourist draw, particularly in spring.
Oh, I've seen pictures. Stunning.
To further boost these vital sectors, initiatives like the High-Density Plantation Scheme aim to cover 5,000 hectares with advanced fruit varieties by 2025, promising even greater yields.
More innovation.
And crucially, cold storage capacity has been expanded to 1.4 lakh tons across the region. This significantly reduces post-harvest losses and ensures that perishable produce can reach markets, even distant ones, in optimal condition, stabilizing prices for farmers.
That cold storage piece is huge for perishables like fruit.
Absolutely vital. But all these advancements and potentials raise an important question. What are the persistent challenges in these vital agricultural and horticultural sectors?
Right. It's not all smooth sailing.
Despite the significant output, many farmers face hurdles like small landholdings, with an average size of only 0.6 hectares. This fragmentation limits the potential for large-scale, mechanized farming.
So efficiency is hampered.
Yes, low mechanization also impacts efficiency and labor costs, and climate variability, unpredictable weather, drought, excessive rain poses ongoing risks to yields and crop quality.
Climate change impact, no doubt.
Definitely a factor. To address these, the government has introduced several targeted initiatives. PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, for instance, provides direct income support of $6,000 annually to eligible farmer families.
The safety net.
Exactly. They're also popularizing the Kisan Credit Card, a specific financial tool providing easy credit at low interest rates, empowering farmers to invest.
Access to credit is always key.
And the Soil Health Card scheme helps farmers understand their land's nutrient profile to optimize fertilizer use and improve soil fertility management. Directly boosts productivity.
Smart farming, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay.
However, irrigation remains a significant constraint. Only about 50% of the potential 1,358,000 hectares of arable land is currently irrigated. That means there's massive untapped potential.
Half is irrigated. That's a lot left to do.
It is. Large-scale projects like the Shahpur Kandi Barrage, a multi-purpose river valley project, and various lift irrigation schemes like TROW are underway to improve this crucial infrastructure and bring more land under assured irrigation. But it takes time and investment.
Okay, moving from the fundamental role agriculture plays, let's pivot to another sector that truly embodies J&K's artistic soul and economic resilience. It's world-renowned handicrafts.
Ah, the artistry.
It's a journey from the land itself to the masterful hands of its artisans. This sector is a testament to J&K's incredible artistry and cultural depth. It employs a significant number of people, approximately 4.22 lakh artisans, predominantly in the Kashmir Valley.
400,000 plus, wow.
And generates an impressive estimated annual turnover of 2,000 crore, or about US $240 million.
That's a major economic contributor. And what truly stands out here is how these age-old traditions are not just preserved, but continue to thrive through iconic products that are coveted globally. The pashmina shawls, woven from incredibly fine cashmere wool,
Legendary softness.
globally renowned for their unparalleled softness, warmth, and intricate Khani and Sazni embroidery. And they hold those geographical indication tags to ensure authenticity.
The GI tags again,
Now,
crucial.
then there are the hand-knotted Kashmiri carpets, often Persian-inspired in their intricate designs, vibrant colors, meticulous craftsmanship. Exported worldwide, reflecting centuries of weaving mastery passed down generations.
Works of art, really.
Absolutely. Beyond these, you find intricate papier-mâché items, where paper pulp is transformed into lightweight decorative objects, boxes, lamps, ornaments, then hand-painted with vibrant, intricate floral motifs.
That papier-mâché is so distinctive.
Detailed walnut wood carvings are another specialty, transforming locally sourced timber into exquisite furniture, decorative panels, and artifacts, primarily from Srinagar and Anantnag. Exquisite crewel embroidery, using wool thread on fabric, adorns furnishings and clothing. And high-quality copperware and silverware, often engraved with traditional patterns, used for household items and rituals. All these products truly showcase the region's diverse artistic heritage and the remarkable skill of its artisans.
And this artistry has a profound economic impact, extending far beyond the region. In 2019-20, handicraft exports reached 688.26 crore.
Significant exports.
And there's an ambitious target to significantly boost this to 1,000 crore by 2025. The sector greatly benefits from the GI tags, which protect quality and origin, ensuring fair returns for artisans and preventing counterfeits.
Very important protection.
QR code certification is also being implemented, further enhancing buyer confidence by providing verifiable info on authenticity and origin. Plus, critical initiatives are leveraging e-commerce platforms. For example, the J&K Art Emporium's online presence and a major MOU with Flipkart, signed in 2020,
Interesting.
are helping artisans bypass traditional middlemen and logistical hurdles to reach wider global markets online, directly connecting them with consumers worldwide. This direct market access is vital for the sector's growth and sustainability.
That online piece is key in the modern world. But despite this growth and robust support, the handicraft sector faces its own set of challenges that need careful navigation. Well, one of the primary concerns is the increasing competition from cheaper, machine-made products that mimic traditional designs but lack the authentic craftsmanship. They often flood the market and undercut genuine artisans.
The classic imitation problem.
Exactly. There's also an ongoing need for skill upgradation among artisans, particularly younger generations, to ensure that these intricate techniques are not just preserved, but also adapted for modern markets while maintaining their traditional integrity.
Passing on the skills.
And many artisans operate in the unorganized sector, facing challenges with access to credit, raw materials, and fair pricing. Structural issues remain.
Okay, next up, the sector that truly puts J&K on the global map, drawing millions and showcasing its unparalleled beauty, tourism and the pilgrimage economy.
A huge draw, obviously.
Its significance is immense, contributing a healthy 7–15% to J&K's GSDP and directly or indirectly engaging around 1 million people across various ancillary services.
1 million people involved, that's substantial.
The numbers are nothing short of astounding. J&K recorded over 23 million tourist visits in 2024 alone.
23 million.
Including 1.08 core visitors just from January to June. This is a sharp rise from 85 lakh in 2019, a surge that can largely be attributed to the improved stability and a concerted effort through robust promotion campaigns and infrastructure development post-2019.
That's a phenomenal recovery and growth. Zooming out, the allure of J&K lies in its diverse offerings, catering to a wide range of travelers. Key tourist destinations are well known globally. Srinagar, with its iconic Dal Lake, charming houseboats, Mughal gardens,
Shalimar, Nishat, classic spots.
remains a perennial favorite for serene getaways and historical exploration. Gulmarg is a world-class ski resort, home to the world's highest green golf course and Asia's highest cable car, offering breathtaking views and thrilling adventure sports year-round.
Skiing in Gulmarg, bucket list for many.
Pahalgam, nestled beautifully in the Litter Valley, is famous for its Beta Ab Valley, named after a Bollywood film, and offers excellent opportunities for adventure tourism like trekking, rafting, camping amidst pristine forests.
Adventure tourism is growing everywhere.
Indeed. And beyond scenic beauty, pilgrimage tourism is a huge, consistent driver. The Vaishno Devi Shrine in Jammu attracts around 80 lakh visitors annually, making it one of the most visited pilgrimage sites in India.
80 lakh to Vaishno Devi alone. Incredible.
And the seasonal Amarnath Yatra, A sacred pilgrimage to an ice Shiva lingam also draws a significant number, around 4.5 lakh pilgrims in 2024, highlighting the deep spiritual connection people have with the region.
Enhancements to the overall tourist experience are also significant and continually evolving. We've seen the revival of Shalom River water transport, offering unique perspectives of Srinagar's waterways and even innovative Uber Shikara services.
Uber shikaras, really?
Yeah, blending tradition with modern convenience. Film tourism is an emerging trend, with Bollywood increasingly choosing Kashmir as a stunning backdrop for major productions, further boosting its appeal and attracting a new demographic of visitors.
Bollywood's impact is huge.
Crucially, infrastructure improvements are foundational to year-round tourism. Projects like the Sonamarg Tunnel, inaugurated in January 2025, and the Zozila Tunnel, currently under construction, are set to ensure all-weather connectivity.
Those tunnels are game changers for access.
Absolutely. These tunnels are vital, as they will dramatically reduce travel times and make it easier for tourists to access remote areas like Kargil and Leh year-round, which has historically been a significant challenge due to harsh winter snowfall and road closures.
It's important to acknowledge how the tourism sector navigates persistent challenges despite its remarkable recovery. Despite the recent boom, seasonal fluctuations are inherent, right? Peak seasons for skiing versus trekking.
True, seasonality is always a factor.
The impact of security concerns, though significantly reduced post-2019, can still influence travel advisories and tourist perceptions. You can't completely ignore that history.
Yeah, perception matters.
Infrastructure gaps in more remote areas also remain, requiring continued investment in accommodation, roads, digital connectivity to disperse tourism benefits more widely.
Spreading the benefits is key.
Historically, the tourism sector has been quite volatile. For instance, tourist arrivals sharply dropped from 5.5 lakh in 1989 to a mere 10,000 in 1996 due to insurgency,
That's a staggering drop.
showcasing its vulnerability to regional instability. However, the consistent stability and proactive measures taken in recent years have spurred a remarkable recovery, showcasing the resilience and immense, often untapped potential of J&K's tourism. This recovery isn't just statistical, it represents renewed confidence.
A very positive trend, then. Beyond these traditional, well-known sectors, the public sector plays a huge and pivotal role in J&K's economy. And the region is also strategically looking to its emerging sectors for future growth, diversification, and long-term sustainability.
The public sector is, in fact, a major employer, with government jobs providing significant stability and a crucial safety net for a large portion of the workforce. The services sector, including public administration, contributes that substantial 56% to GSDP based on 2018-19 data. That underscores the government's direct economic footprint.
So government is a big piece of the services puzzle.
A very big piece. Post-2019, there's been a strong push towards modernization and efficiency through various e-governance initiatives under the Digital J&K mission. This includes digital delivery of over 1,000 public services.
1,000 services online, that's impressive.
From applying for licenses to accessing health records, significantly improving transparency and reducing red tape. Smart city projects in both Srinagar and Jammu are transforming urban infrastructure, public transport, waste management, digital connectivity, aiming to enhance quality of life.
Smart cities are a big push nationally, too.
And a significant social welfare initiative is the PMJ CHAT scheme, providing universal health insurance coverage of 5 lakh per family. That's about US $6,000 to an impressive 1.18 crore beneficiaries.
Universal health insurance, that's massive.
It ensures access to quality health care for a vast segment of the population, a major step towards Social Security.
When we talk about emerging sectors, renewable energy has absolutely exciting potential, especially considering J&K's natural resources. It boasts a massive hydropower potential of 20,000 megawatts.
20,000 megawatts. Huge potential.
That's a staggering figure, capable of not just meeting its own energy needs, but potentially making it a net exporter of clean energy. As of August 2024, 3,581.99 megawatts are already installed, with 2,321.88 megawatt from hydro alone.
Significant installed capacity already.
Key projects like Rattle, 850 milliW, Baglihar, 900 milliW, and Salal, 690 megawatts, are already contributing significantly to the national grid and regional power supply.
Big hydro projects.
Beyond hydropower, there's also the promising emergence of solar and wind energy, adding another 310.91 megawatts to the renewable mix, signaling a crucial shift towards cleaner, more sustainable energy sources and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. This focus on green energy aligns perfectly with global goals and presents a long-term economic opportunity.
That renewable push is vital. The information technology, or IT sector, is also firmly on the radar, albeit with some unique challenges and ambitious plans. The Rangreth IT Hub in Buggam, for example, reportedly hosted around 500 IT firms and employed 22,000 people in pre-2019 data.
So there was already a base there.
Yes, showcasing early potential. There are now ambitious plans for a massive 2 million square feet IT hub, indicating a strong governmental push to grow this sector, attract major tech companies, and create high-skilled jobs.
2 million square feet is serious scale.
It is. However, persistent issues like internet disruptions, which have been a recurring challenge, do pose a significant hurdle to its consistent growth and full realization of its potential, affecting business continuity and connectivity.
Yeah, reliable internet is non-negotiable for IT.
Absolutely. Additionally, small-scale industries, or MSMEs, also play a vital, often understated role. With approximately 25,000 MSMEs, they contribute around 8% to the GSDP and, quite remarkably, employ a significant 90% of the industrial workforce across diverse sectors like food processing, textiles, mineral-based products like cement and gypsum, and even light engineering.
90% of industrial workers in MSMEs, that's the real engine of industrial employment then.
Pretty much. Supporting these MSMEs is crucial for grassroots economic growth and employment.
And to really spur growth across all these sectors, both traditional and emerging, the J&K Industrial Policy 2021-30 is a critical piece of the puzzle, designed to be a game changer.
Tell us about that policy.
It offers substantial incentives, including 30–50% capital subsidies for new investments, depending on the industry and location, and full GST reimbursement for 10 years, which significantly reduces operational costs for businesses.
Wow, those are strong incentives. Capital subsidy and GST refund.
It also streamlines bureaucratic processes through single-window clearance, making it far easier and faster for both domestic and international investors to set up operations.
Cutting red tape, always welcome.
This policy has already seen notable success, particularly with a significant 3,000 crore Memorandum of Understanding signed with the UAE in 2022, targeting strategic sectors like industrial parks, food processing, logistics.
UAE investment, that's a big vote of confidence.
This is further complemented by the new Central Sector Scheme, launched in 2021 with a massive Euros 28,400 crore outlay, which aims to drive comprehensive industrialization in J&K by 2037, promising an unprecedented era of economic development and job creation.
Okay, so a major push on the policy front. Hashtag #tag 2.2. Key economic challenges.
And it's important to understand that this journey of economic transformation isn't without its hurdles. So having looked at the potential, what are the big persistent challenges that J&K faces in its path toward sustained economic prosperity?
Well, what's particularly complex here is how deeply intertwined these challenges are with a region's unique and often tumultuous history. Decades of political instability and insurgency have profoundly hindered J&K's economic progress.
The shadow of the past.
Exactly. Prior to 2019, for instance, Article 370 restricted external investments and the sale of land to non-residents, which severely limited industrial growth and private sector participation, creating an investment vacuum.
So that was a structural barrier.
A major one.
Yeah.
The 2019 lockdown, followed by the global pandemic, further disrupted supply chains, particularly impacting the vital tourism and handicraft sectors, which rely heavily on movement and market access.
Double whammy there.
While there has been improved stability and a strong narrative of recovery, sporadic incidents and lingering security concerns, even if localized, can still deter potential investors who seek complete predictability.
Yeah, investors generally don't like uncertainty.
Right. This, coupled with a historically limited private sector and an over-reliance on public employment, contributes to a notably high unemployment rate, which stood at 23% in 2023. That's far higher than the national average, underscoring the urgent need for job creation.
23% unemployment is extremely high.
It is a major concern.
And beyond security concerns, connectivity is another major issue that directly impacts economic activity and access to markets. You mentioned the tunnels, but the problem runs deeper.
Indeed. J&K's mountainous terrain and harsh weather conditions, especially heavy snowfall in Kashmir and Ladakh during winters, regularly disrupt connectivity. This not only isolates communities, but also significantly impacts trade, agricultural produce transport, and the movement of goods, adding to logistics costs for businesses.
Just getting things in and out is harder.
Much harder. The railway network has historically been very limited. Only about 90 kilometers from Jammu to Udhampur was operational for a long time. while the Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla rail link, or USBRL, is partially completed, with 119 kilometers from Baramulla to Kazigund currently operational.
Progress, but still incomplete.
The full project, including the iconic Chenab Bridge, the world's highest railway bridge, is still underway and crucial for linking Kashmir Valley to the broader Indian railway network.
That bridge is an engineering marvel.
Truly. Road infrastructure like the crucial Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, NH44, and the Jawahar Tunnel has improved significantly, but many remote areas still lack reliable all-weather access, making market access difficult. Ongoing efforts like the Zojila Tunnel, providing all-weather access to Leh and the Sonamarg Tunnel, are addressing this critical gap, but their completion timelines and the sheer engineering challenge highlight the scale of the problem.
It's also notable how dependent J&K has historically been on central government funds. With approximately 70% of its budget funded by the government of India, what are the implications of that?
Well, this significant dependency, while providing essential support for public services and development, unfortunately limits J&K's fiscal autonomy. It can sometimes lead to delays in local development projects if central funds aren't dispersed promptly.
So local control is limited.
And it means that the Union Territory's ability to generate its own revenue remains comparatively low. This brings us to another key structural challenge: the historic lack of large-scale industrialization and robust private sector participation.
Right, the MSME dominance we talked about.
Exactly. The industrial sector is heavily dominated by MSMEs, with large-scale industries underdeveloped due to a combination of high logistics costs, the challenging terrain itself, and lingering security concerns that make large corporate investments hesitant.
A tough environment for big industry.
Foreign direct investment, or FDI, inflow has been quite low, at only US $1.14 million from October 2019 to June 2024. That starkly reflects a continued reluctance from large private sector players despite the recent policy changes.
Just over $1 million in FDI over almost 5 years. That's very low.
It is surprisingly low given the policy push. While new policies like the J&K Industrial Policy 2021-30 and incentives under schemes like PMEGP aim to address this, the progress has been slower than hoped, indicating the depth of these structural issues and the need for sustained, targeted efforts to build investor confidence.
But there's a strong and undeniable narrative of progress, too, right? The post-2019 period especially has seen significant economic initiatives and a concerted push for development, marking what many see as a new era for J&K.
That's absolutely right. The abrogation of Article 370 and the reorganization of J&K into a union territory in 2019 fundamentally opened up the economy to external investments by removing previous restrictions on land ownership and business operations for non-residents.
A major structural change.
Huge. Since then, between 2019 and 2024, J&K has attracted a substantial 9,606.46 crore, that's over US $1.15 billion in investments, leading to the creation of over 63,710 jobs.
Okay, so over $1 billion in investment committed. That's more significant than the FDI figure alone suggests. Domestic investment, perhaps.
Likely a mix, yes, but a definite uptick in overall investment compared to previous decades. Several key central schemes have also been instrumental. PMJ Sehat, providing universal health coverage.
We mentioned that. Massive impact.
PM Faisal Bima Yohana, or PMFBY, offering crucial crop insurance to mitigate agricultural risks, vital for the agrarian population against climate shocks. Schemes like PMEGP and SFUTI specifically support micro-enterprises and traditional industries, fostering entrepreneurship.
Supporting the grassroots.
Meanwhile, the Digital J&K mission is actively digitizing over 1,000 public services, greatly boosting e-governance and administrative efficiency, making services more accessible and transparent.
And crucially, there are new industrial policies designed not just to attract, but to retain even more investment, fostering a long-term growth environment. You